Hey everybody, welcome to Goshen Prepping. Here we go. We have shortages coming this winter that we have to be prepared for. Stock up now. Now, some of these things we've already seen before, but I'm going to show you some things that you have not seen before. Shortages and higher prices coming on some items. So let's prepare. All right, first off, grains. We already talked about the problems with Russia and Ukraine, and understand that part of it comes from simply war-torn logistics. Some of it is they refuse to let things being shipped out. But understand that Russians and Ukrainians are having a problem with grains themselves too. One of the biggest grains we're looking at is corn products. And if you're like me, I don't eat corn anyway. It's not even for the fact that it's not the best for you. It's just GMO'd, all kinds of things about corn that, I say no. But understand that it's not just about you and me. There's a lot of cattle in the U.S. that actually is fed corn. And so as we see problems with corn, we're going to see problems with cattle too. Now, on top of that, we also have a problem with shortages coming in popcorn. I don't know if you're a popcorn fan, but anyways, that's something you need to look at. Number 2, wheat. Same thing, Russia and Ukraine. We talked about this one before as well. Shortages and price increases in flour. And also pasta. I mean, granted, we do have some pasta on the shelves now. We were definitely out over the few months ago, or very close to it, but we're going to see shortages in that as well. Number 3, legumes. Now, this is a huge one, by the way. Some of the ones we're looking at specifically, split peas and lentils. Oh my gosh, I love lentils. It's not on my keto diet, but they are delicious. But also dried beans. When we look at the quintessential preps, what do you want to stock? Rice and beans. And the beans part of it has so many proteins that you can actually utilize, essential proteins we must have. And if the dried beans are dried up per se, as far as our stockpile goes, we're in big trouble. So stock up now before the shortages kick in. Number 4, meats. Now, we've already seen this. The prices are way up on meats. And in addition, we're starting to see some shortages in meat and beef especially. It's not the only one, by the way. We're going to see problems in chicken as well. It's coming. But you have to look at a lagging effect. Right now, we're seeing prices increased in meats and shortage just starting. But as this continues, we're going to have a lagging effect with canned meats. And I always recommend stock up on canned meats, because unless you have a freezer that's going to be lasting a long time, like on a solar generator, having canned meats last, practically speaking, forever. So stockpile as many meats as you can now, so you're prepared for, obviously, lots of proteins and meats. Number 5, tomatoes. We mentioned this one before, but it's actually a little bit more catastrophic now. Weather patterns is one of the biggest things we see as far as the tomatoes go, but even more so Israel, the conflict or war that's actually developing there. It's upwards of 70% of the tomatoes in Israel may not be harvested this year because of the war. And if it is harvested, along with other stuff too, mind you, instead of it being shipped out and going to other countries, it's going to be used for the IDF. We've had incredible amounts of people volunteering for IDF and the reservists being activated, and they're using all the food they can. We're already starting to see shortages in shelves in Israel, and it's not just tomatoes. But obviously, we're going to have effect in the United States because of the tomatoes. The number 6 is probably the biggest one we have to worry about in the United States right now for this winter is honey. I mean, honey is amazing, isn't it? Has medicinal uses, allergies, not to mention it's an amazing natural sweetener you can use for things. They're actually not saying we necessarily just have shortages, but literally honey is becoming scarce. Scarce, those are very strong words. Weather problems, not to mention a bee decline. We started seeing the population of bees going up, but now it's bottoming out, going back out again. In addition, not only are we having shortages, but an increase in demand. So it's a twofold problem when it comes to honey. So there's 6 things for you, a very quick video, time to stock up on. We want to make sure we keep up on this stuff before we start seeing the shortages in the store, so that way we're ready. That's why we're prep. That's why we're Goshen prepping. But you know what? Maybe you've seen some things in your grocery store too. Put in the comments below. I'd love to see it. Thanks for watching.